Hey there everybody, today we are going to be taking a look at the cheapest Ninjago Dragons Rising set, aka set 71790, Imperium Dragon Hunter Hound, also known as the Photak device from the LEGO Ninjago TV series. So here we can see we get a great minifigure selection. We get Jay, this is the cheapest way to get Jay, and Lloyd as well. They both come in some of the most expensive sets of the wave, with Jay's being the $130 Electric Dragon versus Empress mech. And we get a pretty dang cool Imperium Claw General here. He has a long lance with the new blade piece, the translucent orange blade weapon that the Imperium foot soldiers go off and use a lot in the TV series, so that's pretty cool to see. And we can also see here that each ninja this time around, they both get two golden katanas, so they can dual wield each of them. I like to give them cool poses every time that they get some sort of fancy weapon. Sorry guys, I'm still sick. And as we can see in the background, we get this massive dog-looking, very Chima-esque beast build. So we're going to go ahead and swipe the minifigures away and take a look at that. As we can see here, this beast looks very threatening. Its ears can obviously go off and spread apart and up top to look more and more aggressive and or friendly as you would like. We have a moving mouth, so that's always a good deal. Good head articulation, you can completely 360 it, and it's just attached via just a simple little ball joint there, and just slots in as usual. Good amount of articulation in the front, so you can really get that scratching motion. The claws are pretty cool. I will say that I'm surprised they didn't use the brand new claw piece that was introduced, I think later or earlier this year. So that's kind of an interesting piece usage. I'm glad that we're still getting this part though. It's been around for a good long while. But here we can see it has some printed eye parts. Always good to get printed instead of stickers, because otherwise stickers start to peel after time. And you know dang well there's going to be a lot of kids that really love to play with this thing, because it is just a very cool looking beast. I always seen it as kind of a, if you guys ever read those books, Beast Quest, it kind of looks like one of those beasts. I don't remember what the book is. I think it was book number 6. I just don't remember what it is called. I don't know. It just looks very similar to a hellhound-ish kind of dog. It's very cool. Lots of golden armor up top. Some nice spike pieces in the back, kind of like ruffled up fur. He's very much so in an attack pose, and that is permanent. You can't bend him. As you can see here, he just kind of has a little axle joint that holds him together with a very interesting armored spike piece at the center of his torso back there. Up top we got a sticker just to go off and add some armor plating with his fur, so that's always pretty neat. We get some more of the core armor pieces in this set, and that does not want to come off, as well as some gray core arms from Ninjago Core, some core joints I guess I should say. We get 2 of those in gray here, so that's always pretty neat. Just in case, like people like mine, you know, you see them building custom mechs and such. So this little beast is pretty dang cool. He also gets a cool flag piece up top with just the Imperium signature. So that's pretty neat. And with that being said, the detail overall on this set is just fantastic. LEGO has a very good parts usage. They do pretty dang well, but if there's one thing I have to complain about is the articulation in the back legs. Now, I'm sure, like with Jang Bricks and Bricks by Mind, you all have seen that these are on ratcheting joints and not the Mixel's ball joints. So while you still can get an alright amount, you can't really like kick these back or anything like these can. Instead, they're just up here, and I guess this is probably done for stability, but if you even like move them down too far, they fall off, and it can potentially damage the pieces, because there's going to be people that want to pose in all sorts of fancy ways. And I mean, you can still move the ankles and such with a good amount of articulation. It's just hard to get them into a really good like going to pounce style like attack stance without having it look kind of like it just wants to play. Because if I wanted to have these like rear up on its back legs, I would just have to kick these all the way back and, make it look like it's going to, maul something, but it's just going to fall over because it doesn't have good stability. So that's the only complaint I really have, because I kind of wanted to pose him as if he was going to, attack. So in order for him to be able to do that, I would need to move his leg up and position him well. But the weight is just not distributed very well, so he just kind of falls forwards because these front legs weigh so much more than the back does, and it's at an arch. So overall, it would have been so much nicer had we gotten more Mixels joints back here. I really do like how firm these are, though, because if you wanted to raise one of the back legs, then it can still stand, but it would have just been nice to have a higher range of articulation, and that just kind of sucks. But it's easy to swap these out with some longer joints back there. Let's move on to the minifigures. So my favorite ninja, Jay, the Master of Lightning here, has a great minifigure this time around. He looks very elegant, very sleek suit. They all look very matchy-matchy, which is pretty neat this time around. He has a very cool dragon symbol on his back with a brand new armor mask combo, which is pretty dang cool. I think if they would have did this for Rebooted and maybe put a little bit of the gold printing for like Lloyd, I think this would have been really cool. Just a little something for people to go off and think about, because some of our older ninja minifigures would really look cool with these kinds of armor pieces. But Jay has two faces. I don't have a hairpiece for Jay here with me, but he has two faces. He has a visor and just his normal face here. So that's pretty dang neat. And we also get a variant of the Master of Power, Lloyd. And Lloyd, again, looks very matchy-matchy to Jay. They are very samey, but I think that kind of helps the uniform look. He definitely looks very cool. One thing this season does very well is to help hype up the ninja, make them really seem like they are heroes here to, kick butt and just be good guys. And Lloyd has a really good scowl under there, but he also has another face print on the back. He has his visor. I was never really a big fan of the Prime Empire visors, nor was I a big fan of the Prime Empire suits, so I think this is the better way to do it. Have a very, normal-looking ninja suit, but also with that kind of techno vibe. Not once in part 1 have they even used the visors, so I'm just going to stick with using Lloyd's normal face here. On to the Imperium Claw General now. Alright guys, and so for our final and most detailed minifigure here, we have the Imperium Claw General. Now this dude looks absolutely epic. He's got brand new armor and helmet combos here, very samurai-esque looking. Not gonna lie, first time I seen the leaks for these guys, I thought that they were like some form of Vermilion warriors. Because they do look very Vermilion-esque with the different 4 eyes and such, but apparently there's just humans under here, and this is all just armor. I thought they were some sort of snake creatures, but here we can see he has got some excellent printing, and underneath there on his head, he's just got some pearl gold, along with some great eye printing and cheek printing for his armor there. Turning him around, we can see he's got some glowing ports and stuff in the back of his head. These guys are very high-tech, very cool, but still, for some reason, this guy in particular reminds me of a Serpentine guy. I don't know why. Maybe it's the 4 eyes. I think that might be it. But this guy kind of made me question the distribution of the army, because here we have a Claw General in about 3 or 4 other sets. We get Claw Generals, but only in like 2 do we actually get the Claw Warriors, which these guys are supposed to be beneath those guys. And we see tons more of these guys in the show compared to that guy. But this dude does look pretty cool, but we're not going to talk about him today. That being said, the new bad guys are really sweet looking, and I dig the new armor pieces. I really hope that they keep Imperium for the next season, and that we just get a couple more generic bad guys, as long as they go off and keep the story fresh, and just give us a couple more of these guys, because it would be really nice to army build some of these figures. It would just be really sweet to have an Imperium army, considering that, you know, they were from one of the other realms that we didn't really get to experience. But anyway, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so very much for watching. Peace out, and bye-bye!